Man, I'm bored. There's gotta be something more meaningful I could do with my life. But what could it be? Hey you, do you know what I should do?
Quack, quack, quack.
I'm not an expert or anything, but I'm pretty sure penguins don't quack.
Quack, 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 quack.
Oh, that's it. You're on.
You lose.
You win this round. Ah yes, fighting games. They are the thing that I go to when I look for competition. The most notable franchise that I associate with fighting games is Street Fighter. So why don't I take the time and show you which Street Fighter games are my favorites.
Top 5 Street Fighter games, oh yeah.
For me, Street Fighter Alpha 2 was my first arcade experience with the franchise. When going to arcades was still a thing that I regularly did, I would see Street Fighter Alpha 2 machines everywhere. So naturally, I drew myself to the game and got acquainted with it. The more I played Alpha 2, the more it sparked my interest in the overall Street Fighter story. This is because Alpha 2 takes place years before Street Fighter 2 is supposed to take place. So this means that we're dealing with younger versions of characters like Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li. I never really took Street Fighter as one of those franchises where you actually paid attention to the little story that they give you, but Alpha 2 really sparked my curiosity. Where did everyone come from? How did they all develop their skills to fight like they do? Why does this game have a transformer in it? Why does Ryu like to beat up young girls? While Street Fighter Alpha 2 sparks questions like these in my head, I'm usually too busy fighting and enjoying myself to care about the answers really. Street Fighter Alpha 3 is by far my favorite out of the entire Alpha series. It takes the groundwork laid down by the previous 2 entries of the series and turns it all up to 11, or in this case, 3. Everything about Alpha 3 feels like it was really designed to be the ultimate arcade Street Fighter. Fast-paced fighting, colorful and flashy graphics, and a very upbeat soundtrack. If you listen to the game for just a moment, it's easy to picture the sounding great in an arcade environment where it's turned up to the max. This is also, interestingly enough, the first Street Fighter in the franchise to be successfully ported to a handheld console without compromise. Other handheld attempts that were made before this one are so watered down that they pretty much speak for themselves. Yeah, Street Fighter has definitely seen better days, but being able to play Alpha 3 on the go and at home really puts it up there for me. I mean, there's definitely nothing better than showing off your sweet moves to others through any avenue. Ooh, oh yeah, look at that! Look at my sick moves that I'm pulling off, see?
Woof.
Why are you a dog now? This makes no sense! So here's the thing, Street Fighter 2 is undeniably awesome. There's just one problem. There's like a million versions of it! So I'm going to make an exception here and cover the versions that I've personally experienced. We have Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior on the Super Nintendo. It's got charm and it's got zazz. But there's a couple problems I have with this version. There's barely any characters available to use, and the overall game just plays out super slowly. So yeah, I acknowledge that this is where I started, but this is definitely not even close to being the super definitive version. Then we have Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, particularly the version found on Xbox Live Arcade. I like this one because it was more or less the first Street Fighter made available to play online, and there's nothing better than being able to share this wondrous experience with someone else. I mean, just listen to the beautiful, enriching audio of this game. Now we also have Street Fighter 2 HD Remix. I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, it's exactly what the title says it is, and that is a remix. Everything in this game has been redrawn and redone to match the widescreen format, and the soundtrack is full of fan-made remixes of the original songs. It's a nice change of pace for sure, but I feel it takes away from the original charm. So if you're not the biggest fan of the redone artwork, you at least have the option to switch to classic mode in order to show the original character sprites. But I think you're best not doing so because, as you can see, it looks a little off. Last but not least, we have Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition. At least in my opinion, this is the definitive version of Street Fighter 2. It retains a classic visual style that we've come to associate with the series, and it even has multiple versions of the soundtrack that you can switch through. In the end, it doesn't really matter which version of Street Fighter 2 you play. Nah, screw it, it does. Just get the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. Yes. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, the game that I personally associate directly with competition. Leading up to this one, there's New Generation and Second Impact, but ultimately I started out with Third Strike. It is definitely one of the more difficult Street Fighters to master, but that also means that it's the most rewarding to play once you've got a handle on your moves. Heck, even when I'm not playing it, I feel that Third Strike is the most enjoyable Street Fighter to watch others play, especially at the competitive level. Some of the things that pros can pull off are truly remarkable. Yeah, I can totally do that, no problem at all. And when it comes to the presentation itself, Third Strike is my favorite by far in that category. The music is fantastic and is also a departure, featuring a more jazz-oriented soundtrack. But I guess in a way, it's very fitting. Street Fighter 3 is a very technical game, so having technical music serves as a great complement, giving off quite a unique presence. This is definitely one of the most enjoyable Street Fighters for me, as long as I don't play versus anyone that actually regularly practices the game. Then I'm more likely to get my butt kicked, because with Third Strike, you just can't escape with simple button mashing. When Street Fighter 4 initially came out, it was a breath of fresh air. Finally, a new full-fledged Street Fighter that wasn't another reiteration of Street Fighter 2 or 3. Or whatever this is. Now we have Street Fighter 4, which in its stellar 3D environment allows us to look at the franchise in a way that we've never seen before. Obviously, enough time has passed where Street Fighter 4 already has new versions tied to the name. Heck, Ultra Street Fighter 4 recently just came out, and oh boy is it awesome. I thought it was as good as it could be with Super Street Fighter 4, but Capcom just keeps making it better. The gameplay and balance is tweaked further, there are more characters, and new song additions round up the awesomeness that is Ultra Street Fighter 4. While it might seem overwhelming at first, Street Fighter 4 definitely comes out on top for me by having the most to offer. The story is a lot more fleshed out with anime cutscenes, online play is great, and you have a ton of options to play with to further tweak your gameplay experience. On top of that, I feel that Street Fighter 4 just has the best of both worlds when it comes to how casual and competitive it is, and as a result, I feel that this is the most fun one to play. Man, taking this time to talk about Street Fighter has really motivated me. I feel like training. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's go! Oh man, that was some tough training.
You didn't train at all you did was go outside for 2 seconds.
Hey, who said you could talk?
Quack.
That's right, I thought so.